Welcome everyone to the Side Draft Podcast. Welcome to another edition of Side Draft Fast Picks. We're going to see if we can correctly predict the winners of the weekend. Last weekend we did fairly okay with one win. So Emily picked it right. She predicted Chase Elliott would win the Roval, and of course he did after piling into a wall.
Yep. He remembered that I picked him for side draft, and he was like, I'm going to do this for Emily.
Okay, yeah, sure. Anyways, before we get into our Dover picks, we got to look and see how we did at the Roval. Of course, Emily got the win, but I got to look at the Xfinity as well.
Yep, I picked Chase Briscoe, and I feel like he's going to end up getting another win. He had the fastest car, but Christopher Bell had other ideas.
Why does Christopher Bell hate us?
I don't know.
Well, he hates you too.
It's either Bell or Reddick ruining our picks.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is with those two, but they really like to ruin our days.
Yes, Chase, he really figured out that track, and the pit strategy didn't work too well with him, but I believe if he would have pitted like when the other ones did, he maybe beat the lane.
It would have been funny if he did win and then Chase Elliott win.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think Chase's has won 50% of the Rovals, so
yep.
It's good to be named Chase, the race in the Roval.
I had Noah, and he had battery issues, and he had to start in the back, and he finished fifth, so that was good.
That's a good day for him.
Yeah. Except for he had battery issues, and he had a flat tire with his normal car. He had to get a lift to the track.
Yeah. Yeah, he had a decent car most of the day, but it was pretty tough to pass at that track. But go home fifth at the Roval, I'll say it's a good win.
Then I had Austin Cindric, who was, up there. He was battling for the lead. He just couldn't ever. I believe something happened on the last couple of laps where his shocks just went away. I don't know if they just disappeared or that's just another term for
not working.
Not working as well. So, but I do think he finished third. So I've been finishing in the top 5, just haven't been able to get the win.
Yeah, you just right there. You just can't get over that hump and get it into the victory lane.
Yep. So now let's review how we did in the Cup Series. Of course, Emily got the win. And she's going to be gloating about that. Fun fact about our picks: we've competed in 30 races in the Cup Series so far. I only have 1 win, and you have 2 wins, and Emily's already up to 2. So
I just started a couple of weeks ago.
What's your secret?
I don't know. It's just drivers like me better than they like you. So.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they hate both of you.
You just think that.
well, at the Roval when I wear the shirt of the winner, they win. So.
Yeah. Whatever driver is on your shirt, that's the one who usually wins. So.
Send her some shirts.
Yep.
And I had Brad Keselowski to win the Roval. Looked to be in good shape. I think if one run would have continued on, he would have at least made it up to second. But if you get pinned on that outside line on a restart, it doesn't matter if you had the fastest car or by a second or 2, you're still not going anywhere.
Nope.
So unless you go straight in the wall. But yeah, he had a fairly good car, just wrong strategy, I think.
Yeah, he had like the 3-stop strategy and trying to play that way, but he did have fresh tires at the end. Just couldn't get the track position and couldn't really get a good rhythm towards the end with all the cautions and whatnot. But yeah, it's the second year in a row that some car, the controller disconnected or something.
Yeah. Chase's didn't connect for a little while, and then he got back to speed.
Yeah.
He got the batteries in it.
Yeah, a lot of Chase fans thought it was over for him once he went in the wall, but he battled back and ended up picking lane, so it's good.
And you had Martin Truex Jr., who was battling for the lead. He just couldn't ever get it.
Yeah, he got up to about second, and that's as far as he can get. I mean, once the only place you can pass is like on the restarts, but if somebody gets out on a lead, they just kind of check out. And I thought he may have a chance, but redeem himself, and I guess he's afraid that Jimmy's gonna come up behind him or something.
Those Roval nightmares relapse.
Except for we didn't have a wreck with Truex and Jimmy.
Yeah, we didn't have an exciting finish. It was just, just watch the car go around again.
And see Suarez have a bad day.
Yeah, that's pretty much the only exciting thing that happened on the last lap was Suarez. I don't know what he was doing, being a ballerina.
He wanted to do burnouts.
Wait, we got to have a crash from the last lap. So.
Yeah.
He wanted to do his burnouts.
Yeah, so I don't know if he's trying to cause a caution or what, but because Eric Almirola needed a caution to be in the playoffs, and that allowed Alex Bowman to get in since there was no caution. And joining Eric Almirola was Ryan Newman, Kurt Busch, and Eric Jones. So they are no more. They can no longer go for a championship. So I think the biggest surprise out of all that is Kurt Busch.
Yeah, I mean, you think he's fairly good on the road courses, and just couldn't get the track position he needed at the road.
Yeah, he had that issue at Las Vegas, and he just could never recover.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and they was on the chopping board, so they got chopped.
Yep. So say goodbye to 4 gladiators, and we're going to see
who
it's
else
very,
is
very
on
impressive
chopping board.
with Clint Boyer. He had a very good run and managed to just barely get into the next round.
Yeah, we was at the track, so we didn't know exactly, who was where,
And it was hot, and it was like, come on.
Yeah, so it was probably an intense battle. We really didn't get to watch it on TV at all to know what it was at all times, but, I'm pretty sure it was a pretty intense battle. But anyways, the Roval has came and passed, and now it is time to start the round of 12. The Xfinity Series, though, they will be cutting 4 more drivers out of the playoffs. And it's probably not as intense as the Cup Series was, and probably not as much as a conspiracy as the Truck Series, their first round was. So I expect a pretty calm race in the Xfinity Series.
Probably so.
So let's start off our picks.
Daddy.
Well, I guess I'll go with Noah Gregson. I believe he'll get it done in Dover. I mean, he's just on the edge of getting that first win, and I believe it's be this weekend.
I think Christopher Bell will win, but probably Tyler Reddick will hate me. So, sorry.
Yeah, I remember I picked Christopher Bell to win Vegas, and Tyler Reddick does that awesome pit strategy and denies me a victory lane.
Yeah, and I picked him one other time, and they just crashed in they're taking the lead, and they crashed going on one turn. It's like, what's the world's going on,
Yeah, I did all the whatever you call it, the statistics of fast picks so far. I picked Christopher Bell 7 times this season, only won with him twice. So gotta get that ratio up a little bit. But for me, since Emily's picking Christopher Bell, I can't. So I'm gonna go with his arch nemesis, Justin Allgaier.
You're surrounded by Junior Motorsports. So how you feel?
Well, I would have picked Noah if I didn't pick him last week. He could have won last week. It wasn't for battery issues. But if he wins this week, I'm going to be mad at him. No, I'm just kidding.
Remember, vote for Noah for most popular driver. Every day.
I won't get mad at you, Noah, if you win this weekend.
Alright, so that was our Xfinity Series picks. We're going to see if we can be 2nd through 4th again. Because we've been doing that past couple of weeks.
And I'll see if I can win Cup again.
Yeah, so speaking of that, the Cup Series, who will win round number 1 in the round of 12?
I'm going with a Penske driver of Brad Keselowski. he get done in Dover.
You're just taking my picks today, I guess.
Yep.
And I'm going to pick Blaney because I think him and Chaser did a switcheroo from last year. Because Blaney won the Roval last year, and then Chase won Dover last year. So I'm thinking Blaney might win.
And as for me, I'm going with the 19 of Martin Truex Jr., so I'm taking your pick from last week.
Yep, we're swapping.
Reason why I didn't pick him for the Rovals because I wanted to save him for Dover. I think he came from the back of the pack last time we went there and just dominated the race. So
it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, Blaney's going to be like half loser.
I kind of hope it's not because we've had a pretty stale playoff so far. It's been Truex winning most of them. Then the Roval was, kind of okay. It wasn't as good as last year's, but. I want things to ramp up a little bit. Starting to get the round of 12.
Intensity up a little bit. It looked like it was, starting to pick up, before the playoffs started and kind of just died out some. But we'd just like to see some of that intensity. And
now you're surrounded by Penske.
Yeah. So we'll see. Can Martin Truex Jr. get his 7th win of the season? Pretty dominant so far. Kyle Busch, he's on a 15-16 race winless streak, so we'll see if he can go to Dover and take back the throne.
Yeah, I ain't sure what's going on there. They just didn't have things work out for him at the Roval. Went down pit road the back way and they're under a red flag and got a big fine for it.
He was like, I'm going home.
So, which I don't blame him. I wouldn't want to sit out there in that heat, in the sun, when I could park them in the shade.
Oh, and don't forget to vote for Blaney. My pick.
Yep, so we could see some intensity at Dover. I know because the whole package deal, we're probably not going to see it ramp up at all because can't really pass at Dover. They said that about Richmond, and Martin Truex Jr. was able to do it, and they said about the Roval, and Chase Elliott was able to do it. So who knows what driver will be able to pass?
It was like Chase passed in a blink of an eye.
And we'll see who Bubba Wallace flips off this week and makes me mad.
Yep.
Who will get splashed this week? Yeah, we could see that ramp up. You could see Bubba try to get back at Bowman, even though he gave him a little bath there. Could give him a nice trip to the wall. Which Bubba's not a playoff driver, and Bowman is. So that could be Bowman's mistake, and that could be the reason why Bowman will not make it to the next round.
Bowman's got a lot of pressure on him right now, and if another driver flips him off and that sets him off, come on, dude, you're racing. Just get your head in the game. Don't let he's already getting them mind games going with him.
Yeah, you really don't want to have a rival in the playoffs. You don't want to have anybody to scream at you. May have won the battle or something like that. And especially when they're not in the playoffs and they can finish last if they want to. It doesn't matter to them as long as they ruin your day. Would be cool to see something ramp up, something to talk about.
Oh yeah.
We're just begging for this drama to start happening and this intensity to start happening.
When's the drama going to start?
Which it didn't start until Martinsville, and last year we had a quiet playoffs, probably for the past 2 years up until Martinsville.
Yeah, everybody's kind of low-key, just trying to pay attention to the points, but ain't really, just pushing issues sometimes.
All right, so that was our picks for the week. Stay tuned next weekend to see who our picks are for Talladega because, we like to spice things up, make some bold picks, and see if we can get in victory lane.
And see who gets chopped.
Yeah, so then after Talladega we'll have Kansas, and then we'll be chopping some people.
Yep.
And then, of course, we'll have Martinsville to start the round of 8. So looking forward to the rest of the playoffs. Stay tuned for our race reviews throughout the weekend.